Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor. We've been talking about the slap heard around the world. We gave a full timeline, all the video, everything, about an hour of content that if you want to see it, go hit that join button, become a member today. You can watch the whole breakdown. All of it was caught on video. The standing O, the consoling by Denzel, the speech, it all. I gave it to you, full breakdown there. But I wanted to clip this portion of the show as promised in the title, which was Hollywood reacting to the slap heard around the world. There's so much to go through of people's reactions, including how Will Smith, Jada have reacted, but also Jaden. His reaction is insane. Judd Apatow had to delete his comments, but it's been everywhere. And the most iconic reaction was this image from Miss Nicole Kidman, who I think spoke for all of us when she reacted to that moment.
We are all Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. So we are all Nicole Kidman, but there was a lot more I want to go through as we break down these reactions. But again, how did Will react? Well, Will reacted like nothing went wrong. He was out there dancing to his own songs at the party. Literally after slapping a man, the host who's there, or not a host, but a presenter who's doing his job at the show, did it on live television, didn't apologize to him, and was celebrating with a standing O and then dancing. I still am having trouble getting over this. But all I can say is, I guess, really, it's true. Everybody hates Chris. Poor Chris. I feel for Chris. I'm Team Chris. We have a poll out there currently, and it's 82%. Who lost more in that biggest hit? Will Smith lost more, 82%. So 18% supporting Chris Rock in this go-between. But how did Hollywood react? All right. Well, we saw Nicole Kidman do it. Here's Jaden Smith. My tweet, I guess, went viral in response to him. Jesus, that blew up. Jaden Smith responded, and that's how we do it. I'm sorry, what? Like, this makes me dislike Will more, because not only the way Will handled it with Chris, but like, really? You're going to let this is how you raised your kid? To be like, yeah, that's how we do it. I don't know, this bugs me, guys. We got lots more to go through, but I do want to take a moment to stick on this. This is how we do what? When a comedian tells a lazy joke, you go on stage in front of everybody and smack them? Is that what we're supposed to do? Lewis, what do you think?
Man, an attack. It's Godfather thing. Like, you don't insult any part of the family.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a. Everyone's gonna hate me here. It's a good tweet because he's related to them. For him, it's a good tweet. Logically, it's not a good tweet. You know what I mean? So if it was someone else, not a good tweet. For being the son, good tweet.
Support my mom, support my dad, I guess.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, he knows what's going on at home as well. And even if he thinks his dad's in the wrong, he's going to publicly say he was in the right. Yeah. That's just the way family is.
All righty, well,
against family.
We're giving Jaden a pass. Well, another one supporting Team Will was Tiffany Haddish. Calls it the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Tiffany Haddish goes, defending, when I saw a black man stand up for his wife, that meant so much to me. She told People magazine, as a woman who's been unprotected, for someone to say, like, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, leave my wife alone, that's what your husband is supposed to do, right? Protect you. And that meant the world to me, and maybe the world might not like how it went down, but for me, it was the most beautiful thing I ever seen, because it made me believe that there's still men out there that love and care about their women, their wives. Going to you, the woman on the panel, Kim, what do you think of Tiffany's comment there?
I understand what she's saying. My husband is very protective of me. It's never been a physical situation, but it's stuff like if I'm on the phone with a customer service and the person's being nasty to me on the phone, he will take the phone and go off because he doesn't want anybody talking to me that way. And I think, and in a weird way for me, it is nice to know that I have somebody in my corner who is going to back me up, especially when I feel vulnerable or something to that effect. But I think there were other ways that Will could have defended his wife without hurting somebody.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I draw the line there. Like, I could definitely see my husband having a similar reaction if we were in the same situation. And if he did get up there and saw red, I don't think he would have stopped at one slap. But that's also where we have conversations in our relationship where we try to keep things healthy. And it's like, you know what? You can't protect me if you're in jail. So please don't go off. You know, stay here. Let's be healthy. Let's be rational adults and deal with things like grown-ups in a constructive manner.
Yeah, well said.
I get what Tiffany's saying, and especially from her background, I understand why she's saying what she's saying, but I don't think I get the take, but I don't think it's the right take.
Yeah, look, standing up for your woman, your wife, that's great. Well, 100%, but you don't need to go do it with violence. That's the line, and I think he crossed it, and that's what we're asking him to apologize and accept. Here's Serena's reaction.
Thank you so much.
Based on the film. I mean...
I just sat down because I was like, I got to put that drink down because...
I got to sit down. I got to put that drink down because... I get the vibe. She doesn't even really know what to think. You know what I mean? Like, she's there supporting Will, the movie, the producer of her movie about her dad.
Hey, Natasha, don't nobody say nothing about...
So anyway, she was talking about, but these reactions were pretty priceless because I can't tell if clearly she supported Will. She was there applauding later when he gave the speech, but clearly she was having some reactions. Now here's the weirdest one. Judd Apatow, filmmaker from Knocked Up. He's just the worst on Twitter. I've lost interest in him as a person just because of his ridiculous jump to judgment and conclusions often on Twitter. Anyway, he could have killed him was what he said. Now in a deleted tweet, he could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind and then got ratioed when quote tweets making fun of Judd Apatow. I killed him. I mean, I guess it's possible if he had tripped and hit his head, and sure, but he could have done that walking out on his own. You know what I mean? So I'm a little confused. I think it's a little hyperbolic. It's a little too extreme for me. But the rest of it, he's right on. They've heard these jokes a million times. Why did he have to resort to that? We have another one of Kathy Griffin. Let me tell you something. It's very bad practice to walk up on stage and physically I got to say, I can't say this word out loud. ASSAULT, a comedian. Now we have to worry about who wants to be the next Will Smith in a comedy club and in theaters. Look, she's right on. This is exactly why we can't endorse and allow this to happen, because I do think it could happen more. Conan O'Brien.
I can't wait till Vito has a stand-up show.
I love Conan's.
Conan O'Brien. Just saw Will Smith slap. Anyone have a late note show I can borrow just for tomorrow? Well, that's a way to do it. Very funny. So disappointed that Will Smith.
Conan.
Yeah,
We'll put you on.
Conan, come on here anytime. So disappointed that Will Smith played Muhammad Ali, but he couldn't knock out Chris Rock.
Because movie fighting is way different than real fighting. That's why. It doesn't mean he's a good fighter because, like, he played Muhammad Ali. Could he beat Mike Tyson in real life? He played Muhammad Ali. It's fake, man. It's acting. It's like Bruce Lee, fake.
Adam Pauly says, keep Paul Walker's name out of your effing mouth from Vin Diesel standing over my bloody body at next year's People's Choice Awards. Maria Shriver, we should never get to a place where we sit and watch a movie star hit someone on global television and moments later get a standing ovation while talking about love. I mean, she's not wrong, guys.
No.
She's not wrong there. Well said. Stephen A. Smith, please tell me I didn't just see what I saw. Somebody please tell me Will Smith was joking. It was part of the show and he just smacked Chris Rock. I'm begging y'all, please tell me Will Smith would do something like that. Phil DeFranco, did Will Smith really just open hand smack Chris Rock on live television and tell him to keep Jada's name out of his effing mouth? And then Chris Rock just kept going. Holy S. Howard Stern says Will Smith slapped Chris Rock because Will and Smith and Trump are the same guy. Well, what?
No.
What? Of course, making it political. He open hand with a lot of force, smacks him right in the mouth. Now, the first thing I said to myself, what the F is going on? Is this a bit? Where's security? This is live television. No one came out because he's Will Smith. This is how Trump gets away with stuff. Will Smith and Trump are the same guy. He decided he's going to take matters in his own hands at a time when the world is at war. Bad timing, man. Calm your effing ass down. It shows Robin Quiver says, it shows that we are as human beings. You can't even say something in a room without a war breaking out. Stern then expressed concern for Rock. If he was flustered, he was obviously his head. He got effed over. I agree with that. Chris Rock's quick, and you could just tell something out-clicked on.
I think Lewis has something he'd like to share with the
Lewis.
class.
During the 90s, before the internet, after Selena died, Howard Stern pretty much alluded to her being a slut and made fun of all kind of Hispanic music. And this is right after she got killed. Look it up. It's real. Howard Stern makes fun of murdered singer Selena.
That's terrible.
That's my comment.
I mean, if we really want to open up the well of things Stern has said, I mean, we would be here all day long.
Yeah, but for him to be the goody two shoes right now,
yeah, he's not always.
What? Shut up.
He's not the
Clown.
the moral police, exactly. Ariana Presley tweets and deletes praise for the slap. Is this the woman? Yeah, she has alopecia. Yeah, alopecia Nation, stand up. Thank you, Will Smith. Shout out to all the husbands who defend their wives living with alopecia in the face of daily ignorance and insults. Oscars. Women with baldies are for real men only. Boys need not apply. So I guess she's suffering from it too, and she was very happy that someone stood up in her defense. Deep breath, everyone. 2022 still has 9 more months to spin out. From George Takei. Oh my. Billy Eichner. This year I will bring violence to the clats. That's funny. I'll give him that. That's funny. To be clear, I'm still under my coach.
Not a contact sport.
I do like that meme. That stupid AMC ad before the movies. Nicole Kidman enjoying it. Patrick Monahan. I don't know who this is. Patrick Monahan. Anyway, have Chris Rock give out another award with a huge neck brace on. Yeah, they missed out. Stupid insensitive joke, yes, but nothing justifies nothing. That was an A. Yep, and plain and simple and worse. It sets a terrible example for the billion or so around the world who need to see calmer heads prevail. Vessel for love, please. I mean, it's crazy seeing people stand up to Will Smith. No, go ahead, Kim.
It is, but I feel like when he says like vessel of love, when he's talking about that, he's saying like that's who I should be. And I wasn't. That was how I interpreted it. I don't think he's saying that he is. He's saying that's who he should be.
I think he says he was called to become.
Yes, he is called.
He's supposed to be. That's his job. That's what he feels like God has told him to do, and he failed. That's why, I feel like that's the way that his speech was. So I don't think he's claiming to be holier than thou. I think he's claiming to be a broken person.
Will Smith's a little holier than thou. I mean, I like Will Smith. He's got an ego. He's well earned, I guess. He's worked his butt off. He's earned all the money, but I don't know. I do think he's got a little holier than thou. Jimmy Kimmel, what was the Vegas line on the Fresh Prince punching Little Penny in the face? Just saw we got that one already. Vanity Fair Leslie Odom comments on the incident because he was there. Hold on, Bacardi ad.
Feel like walking around with your skin ripped off. It's a very vulnerable thing, and
Hollywood.
So I think we saw 2 artists with their hearts open. It's a vulnerable moment. Sometimes it's messy. But it's always beautiful when it's the truth.
What? It's always beautiful. I mean, I guess it was beautiful. No, not fine though. Raquel Willis. Some of you think Chris Rock got what he did. Excuse me, he deserved. But half a year ago, telling trans folks not to take Dave Chappelle's joke seriously. Which is it? Dude, come on. This is what? No one was telling them not to take it serious. The reality is this was, if Dave Chappelle brought someone trans on stage and punched them, then yeah, I think we'd all call Dave Chappelle out. What are you talking about? The hell take is this? This has nothing to do with one another. It's so stupid. I hate these arguments. Golden State Warriors Steph Curry reacted to Oscar beef. This was loud, like that slap on that other channel. Oh, he just made a joke about some rematch. Like everybody, I'm still in shock about the whole thing, but in all the unnecessary drama, at least we got the line of the night from Denzel. In your highest moments, be careful with the devil when the devil comes for you. That is an amazing line. And it's something that was the best line of the night.
Did he make that up? Because if he did, he deserves a separate Oscar for that one.
He does. Is that, yeah, can we check that? Is that quote, is that an actual quote from Denzel? Or did he take that from a book or something? Does anybody know? In the chat, let us know. Because that's amazing. I put it in our headline chat if anybody there has a moment to help me Google while I'm going through these. 50 Cent, bitch, don't you ever play with me, LOL. And then supported his brands.
G-Unit.
Jesus. I mean, hey, he's a marketer. It's what you do. I guess. Will Smith, real talk. I'm not the person you're upset happy with. I make podcasts. Please at me instead of the other guy. The world will be a better place. Because everyone keeps tweeting at Will Smith. and Will Smith isn't Will Smith on Twitter. Well, sorry if you're offended. I'm going to keep tweeting through it, though. So it really, I guess, sucked to be Will Smith last night on Twitter. Amanda Paris. Yep, it's wrong. Alopecia is a painful experience that many black women go through. It should not be joked about. The concept of being the protector can be a form of toxic masculinity. Black women are rarely protected and deserve to be protected. So kind of, the same sort of, she feels like she's feeling both ways. Kathy Griffin, we got there. I agree with Kathy Griffin's take on that. Yeah, with that joke. Oof. And then here's what I thought was really weird. Will Smith with Jada. This is how we get dressed up for the Oscars. We choose chaos.
One's problem.
Just weird, like...
Good morning, everyone. God has let me live another day, and I am about to make it everyone's problem.
Like, that's such weird foreshadowing. He literally posted this an hour or two before the event happened, and it's still there. Yeah, they do choose chaos. I mean, that sort of sums it all up pretty well, Will Smith, which is still up there. Yeah, so overall, Hollywood's reactions have been mixed. I see a lot of people, it trending on Twitter earlier was not okay, is sort of what was tweeting earlier, because a lot of people were saying this isn't okay. Now, also trending, who cares? So it's really running the gamut, but it's definitely the conversation that a lot of people are having. I want to go, Howard Stern also trending for his crazy words. I want to go back to you, Lewis, with all these reactions. What do you think of this?
It depends who their personal friend is. One thing I've started to notice that not all Hollywood knows each other personally, and I think like if you're a friend like with Will Smith, you're going to be on his team, and if you're Chris Rock, you're on his team, type of thing, kind of like a little bit of a tribalism. I think more people know Will Smith, so they're going to be on his side as far as like Hollywood's concerned, and yeah, that's how I look at it. I think it was a moment of passion. Like you just see red for a few seconds. You don't know what you're doing. It's happened to everyone, men, women, I think. And you do this thing and it feels right at the moment. And then it wasn't really, or kind of was. And this is my take. He did the right thing and he did the wrong thing at the same time. It's hard to be on one side. I mean, he lost it. It was unprofessional, but there's probably things going on in his personal life as well. A lot of moving parts here and stuff, so would happen to anyone. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Kim, your thoughts?
Similar. I think it sucked. I mean, I'm no way defending what Will did. He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have done it, and there's no excuse for it whatsoever. But I also try to look at things from the perspective that we're all people. We all make mistakes. And unfortunately, when you're Will Smith, or a celebrity of any kind, when you make a mistake, you do it in front of the entire world. And that sucks. That sucks. And there's a lot of pressure. And I just hope Chris is okay. I hope that there's apologies. I hope Chris doesn't make jokes like that about autoimmune disorders. Probably not that cool of an idea. And
that's what's weird. Like, that joke was not that mean. Do you really think it was that mean? G.I. Jane is ripped. She's beautiful. Okay. She's strong. Like, Demi Moore was a badass in that movie. I don't see it as a knock at her being bald or shade at being bald. It's just like, yo, Hollywood remakes suck. It's time. Look at Jada over there. I guess we're doing G.I. Jane 2. I could spin that and say that was a celebratory joke than a nasty one. No?
I see why you think that. I do understand that. I think something that a lot of people sometimes don't understand is that, and this has been very true in my life, that a woman's hair and even like man's hair, like it's very tied to who you are as a person. And when bad things happen, it's very common for people to go and change their hair entirely because it's like shedding what's happened to you and getting it off, that you're starting again. And that's also sometimes why people will shave their head, or it's why people will do a dramatic cut or something like that. It's they want it off of them. So when it is forced that you have to have that removed, it's a sign of, in some cases, people have had their heads forcibly shaved to take away their individuality. And so with something like alopecia, for some, it's very, very hard. It's very, very traumatic. So people don't understand why it's hard for them, but it is hard for them. And I get why people don't get it, because alopecia is not a super common disorder for people to have. It's not one that we see that often, but it can be really hard. And I went through a period where I had clumps of my hair falling out, and it was absolutely terrible. I was so upset. It was awful.
Hey, going bald sucks for men too.
Yeah.
George Costanza felt it his whole life. But no, I hear you. It's a serious thing for both, and I think you make a valid point. At the same time, I don't know. I still will always defend jokes, and I gotta say, you know, this sums it up pretty well. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared. She said, "You can't slap Chris Rock because your wife has no hair." I mean, see, it's funny. It's funny. If we can't laugh, who are we as a society? I don't say that with ill will towards Jada. She's got to... Look, it sucks. We feel for her, but I think she's a badass. She's beautiful. She's strong. Hell, I would watch G.I. Jane too. So I think this was an immense overreaction. And as we react to things, and we're going to talk more and maybe take some of your calls, as we react to it overall, I don't know, man. Hollywood... They are just the weirdest place to give this man a standing ovation after that, as if nothing had happened. Yeah. I can't get over that. That's freaking weird. And to see some of the people in Hollywood actually having the guts to call out Will Smith, I think is impressive, because they're not allowed to. I saw Jody talking about this last night, Lewis, where Will Smith's protected, right? He's friends with Oprah and Tyler Perry and all these people. And so to see that, happening, I think it's impressive to see people try to have the guts to do it. But will Chris Rock want to come after him and try to fight it harder? I doubt it. I think Chris Rock's going to be the good dude here. But, man, I would sure pay to see a set on Chris Rock unload on Will Smith right now. I think a lot of people would. So it's interesting to see. Hollywood's definitely, I feel like, not sure how to react to this. Judging by the reactions on Twitter and a lot of the fans who are mad at Will, I do think we put a poll out there. I do think Will's going to lose a bit more. This is something he's not going to be able to die down. I think him ruining his best Oscar moment because of a dumb joke at the Oscars is way worse of a thing to have to live down than Chris Rock taking it like a pro and pushing Will to get there. So at the end of the day, I say the reactions overwhelmingly seem to be more pro Chris Rock than pro Will Smith. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. We aren't done live. If you want to watch the full timeline of things and so much more, including the calls, make sure you join today. Become a member. You can always catch our full replays, and this one's going to be much of a doozy. If you want to just at least subscribe, you can do that one. That one's free. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell for all alerts so you never miss a video. Also, make sure to support Nerd Report over on YouTube, and It's Kim on YouTube. We're not done. Should we open up the phone lines? I want to see what people think. We're going to get your thoughts as well as break down some other news stories too. So don't go anywhere if you're watching us on the live feed. We're just trimming this one for YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching this epic breakdown of that insane moment, probably the best Oscar moment we're ever going to see.
History.